right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakudash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Recollier from the MS Orlando camp, coming at you with another impromptu lesson, another in-transit lesson. All right, this lesson is going to be one of exhortation, Lord willing to exhort and to edify you like Akim and Agwaf out there. All right, tonight's lesson is entitled, Check Yourself Before Others Have to. All right, check yourself before others have to. All right, and tonight's lesson comes off the BS of something that transpired at the plantation. And to make a long story short, it came from the lack of self checks and balances, man. Self checks and balances, or the lack thereof, led to a bigger problem. And equating it to this truth of ours, man, in our lives personally, spiritually. All right, a lot of things can be checked before they reach a bigger level in the spirit. Before our problems become, uncontrollable, or, a problem for others. There are certain things we can do within ourselves, all right, as a form of checks and balances, or we can perform a check and balance on ourselves, all right, to create those problems. If you get what I'm saying through the spirit, man. But I just have a couple of precepts that I want to bring out. Once again, Lord willing, this is edifying unto you elect. One thing that we are trying our best to do, and I'm doing this lesson speaking to myself first and foremost, of course. One thing that we're trying to do and better ourselves at in this truth of ours is the ability to judge ourselves. The ability to control and govern ourselves, all right, first. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. All right, so that we're better leaders, all right, to those who come after us. All right, no leader, all right, the one who's leading has to be able to self-govern, has to be disciplined, has to be a person of checks and balances, and that's a trait and a characteristic that we're learning every day in this truth. How to self-govern ourselves, how to judge ourselves, how to correct ourselves, and how to get back on track spiritually or mentally or wherever we fall off, But this is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 37 and 27. It says, my son, prove thy soul in thy life and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. All right, and right now the Lord has given us the ability, through this grace period, to prove our souls. To prove our souls and see what's evil for our soul. And there are a lot of examples that we can get into. But just to keep it, short. Some brothers watch TV too much. You can have a problem with watching too much entertainment to where it takes away from your spiritual duties. Or you might have a problem with listening to music, or video games, or, whatever it is in the world, all right, that takes you away from your spiritual responsibility, the responsibility that you have toward Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And, these things are set in place for us to find out. We can't escape these things, all right? You can't escape these certain things that draw you away or make you, further from the spirit. You can't escape it, all right? It's just something that's going to come. But as it comes, all right, the Lord has given us the strength and the ability to pinpoint it, all right? And as we pinpoint these different weaknesses that we have in the spirit, we can check them. All right, we can check them by praying, by fasting, all right, by reading more, studying, retraining our mind. Okay, these are things that we can pinpoint, check, all right, and do better on. Not saying we're going to get it perfect on the first go around, or perfect altogether. All right, but there is an effort that has to be put forward when it comes to self-government, and the ability to be self-disciplined. That's a lesson I'm learning myself, and it's an important lesson, as I'm seeing, as I live more, and as I toil more in this truth, Lord willing. It's something that I'm realizing is a very important characteristic, not only in just us that are hopefully elect, but in men in general, the ability to self-govern and to be self-disciplined. But it says in Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 37 and verse 27, it says, "My son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything." And everything isn't profitable for every brother. You have some brothers, for example, who are able to drink, often, and for you, that may not be the case. All right, you may have to be a social drinker, you may have to be, somebody that just drinks on the weekends, because when you drink on a Monday or you drink on Friday, you lose all sense of responsibility and duty. It makes you lazy, or you don't fulfill your duties in the truth, or in the world even. You might be a brother that can't drink at all. The bottle just might not be for you. The oil just might not be for you. But that's something you have to learn through experience. And you have to tackle through self-discipline. And there's something that we have to ask the Lord for more and more every day, because it's not something that comes overnight. Self-discipline is something that, really is a gift from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, and it's already started. It started with, as the seed was planted in our spirit, it started then. It started with the study. You found it a point to study. I know for me personally, and for brothers I know personally, when they came into the truth, it was a period of heavy studying, to where watching videos all day, every day, taking notes, just various studies, because you feel like you're behind. You feel like you need to catch up. You feel like there's so much information that, you've been passed by and hasn't been, revealed unto you, that you need to gain so you can tell others. And that self-discipline started then. And the ability to self-govern started then as well. And as we blossom in the truth, we come across different opportunities for us to be self-disciplined when it comes to our diet. When you learn the dietary law, when you learn the other laws that we can keep, such as not committing adultery, and if you can grow a beard, keep a beard on your face, no lineups, and keeping the Sabbath day. These are things that helped us, or helped our character, or really, how can you say that? Those things, those standards that we were made privy to, really helped forge our character, man. Really helped develop self-governance and self-discipline within us. That ability, so to speak. And as we've gained this ability, it's important that we cultivate it. It's important that we build upon it. And learn to self-govern before others have to. Because who better to check you than yourself? You know when you're going off. You know when your spirit ain't, where it's supposed to be. And instead of letting it fester, check it right then and there. So others don't have to be. So others don't have to. Because when others have to, it's oftentimes harsh. It's a harsh reality check. It's a tough conversation. You can alleviate a lot of those tough conversations by having them with yourself. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Have those tough conversations with yourself. I had a series through the Spirit on asking the hard questions. You know, and we have to ask ourselves questions daily. You know, question yourself daily. Am I walking according to the will of the Lord? You know, am I walking according to the Lord's standard? Would the Lord be pleased with me right now? You know, am I doing all I can do? You know the questions you can ask yourself personally as well. You know, but I just got one more precept and I'll close it out. This is this is 2 Corinthians 13 and verse 5. It says, examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Hamashiach is in you, except you be reprobates. All right? And it's a personal duty to ourselves, you know, along with the other duties that we've been tasked with through the Spirit. All right, to examine ourselves, you know, examine ourselves whether we be in the faith. All right, because we all fall, we all go off at certain times. All right, and it's important that we are able to catch ourselves. You know, you don't have to always let it fester until it becomes a problem for other brothers, or, you know, it becomes a bigger problem than it needs to. All right, some things to be checked at your level, you know. But the scriptures tell us to examine ourselves daily. All right, because this is a daily battle. This is a daily fight. All right, we wake up and we fight new demons. All right, there are refreshed demons that want to come in a ring with us, man. You know, there are new demons that are going to present themselves, new problems, new obstacles, new trials. All right, that we have to prepare for every day, and we have to be mindful of every day, man. You know. With that being said, that's all I had. Lord willing to edify and to elect. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kakudash. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Grace and peace to you, elect around the four winds, believing and pushing the truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom. Stay up.